Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
Episode 170. I'm so excited to get into this East Coast of this Supercross season. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
You are very excited.
I'm very excited. Finally, we get to see these East Coast riders, get to see what they're made of, get to see who's going to be at the top of this class, who's going to really show up this week. And this is going to be our picks episode. So without even seeing them run, we're going to tell everyone who's going to win.
Exactly, because that's how we do it here at the MXSX podcast.
That's right. We are future predictors here. And we've been right a couple times. We definitely predicted a couple things on this show.
That's true.
That's true. So the witchcraft is in full effect going into this race, this very cold race in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Home of riders like Ryan Dungey. St. Jude's always is promoted around this race. So everyone obviously has their This Shirt Saves Lives pictures on their Instagram. It's literally taking over.
Yeah.
It's a good cause. It is a good cause.
Definitely. It's all for the kids, man. It's all about the children.
Yep, that's right. So I guess we should say go and buy a This Shirt Saves Lives t-shirt and save a life. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of posts about it. Every single person, right? Everyone posts it.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of riders they're trying to support the cause, and why don't you support the cause?
Yep, not even riders. Justin Barcia and his wife, I saw a picture of them just now. So just pulling in the girlfriends.
I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
What do you think I was going to say? You think I saw...
I thought you were going to burn Justin Barcia for a second. I was like...
Of course not. No.
It's like, not only riders, Justin Barcia brought his wife.
Well, Justin Barcia is riding this week, even though he did miss 2 races. Well, DNF 2 races with his tailbone injury and his bike breaking. So he's still a rider. He's not... He is racing, so he's still there. But there is a couple riders who won't be there, as we've mentioned in the past, and that includes people like Justin Hill with his rib injury, Malcolm Stewart with his leg injury, Weston Pike's been out all season with his, I think they're summarizing it as a face injuries. So, we need a Weston Pike update soon. We got to see what's up with him, because he was still like blind in one eye a couple weeks after that race in Paris that he crashed hard and got his face landed on. Yeah. And having, facial reconstruction surgery where they had to fold down his scalp and his all the skin on his face, which is just, it's like a sci-fi movie. Insane.
Yeah, Hunter Lawrence in the 250 class won't be making it. Yeah, you forgot to mention Jason Anderson, who's out with a broken arm as well. Right. Benny Bloss, who's been out the whole season due to an ACL torn right before the beginning of the season. Zach Osborne, who was meant to be on this race, won't be lining up until probably Arlington, Texas. That's right. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Yep, so... Just when I was starting to think, we're doing pretty good this season, we did lose a lot of riders, so it sucks for them. That's for sure.
Yeah, and even though we've lost a couple of riders, and some riders haven't even been able to start the season, we still have a very, very competitive 450 class. And, the West Coast obviously competitive as well. 250 East Coast, though, we'll see what they can bring to the table and what they're going to be able to bring on that first showdown in Atlanta in a couple of weeks here soon.
But there are some riders that will be here who were supposed to do that West Coast, like Christian Craig, who got hurt right before the season. So we'll get to see him coming off injury and see how he can do starting the season. Hopefully he's 100% healthy and good to go. Yeah. And as we said, this is our picks episode, and we are going to be picking riders to win, to get first, second, and third for this 250 class, and to get top 5 for this 450 class. And we both were decent last week. We had some good ones this whole season. You predicted Chad Reed to get 5th. That was probably one of the biggest.
Yep.
Plessinger, we predicted him to get 5th. Or I did, at least, and you picked him to get 4th. He got 6th, so we were pretty close with that. I think I picked Muskian to get 2nd, and he did get 2nd. So that's another one there. And no one predicted Justin Bogle to get 4th last week, so we all lose.
Yeah. Well, some of the things that we have to take in consideration going into this race, we have, it's snow in Minneapolis.
Yes.
It's been snowing for like the last month or two. That means very wet dirt. I understand they brought it inside already. The thing is it really going to dry out? Because I doubt that they're going to use any of that lime stuff to dry it off this weekend, especially after last weekend and all the stuff that's happening, which means we're only going to have a rutted up track if we don't have that lime to quote unquote dry everything.
Yep. And with these East Coast races, we always see these super rutted up tracks, even though obviously it gets bad wherever you are with motocross. But yeah, the dirt does seem to be a little bit softer for these East Coast races. And you mentioned the weather. Just to reiterate, on our last podcast, we talked about the weather, high of 10 degrees, low of 5 degrees. But it's actually going to be a little bit colder than that, especially in the mornings with temperatures like minus 10 degrees and with the wind chill minus 23 degrees is what it feels like. So it's definitely going to be really cold outside. I don't know how they do it. You can't go outside. Whatever you do, if you're going to the races, riding or watching, just do not go outside, whatever you do.
Yeah, and that kind of sucks because there's nothing better than a Supercross race pit party. Like whenever you're in the pits, you're going around, you see your favorite riders, you see, you're signing autographs or just giving crap away. You see the really hot rock star girls, the really hot monster girls. You see.
I don't think you'll see any rock star girls at this race, but
that's what I'm saying. Like you won't see much of anything because stupid snow.
Yeah, well, I don't know how people live in that kind of weather. To be honest, we're down here. I was like, it was 58 degrees. I was like, oh, I need my hoodie. But minus 10, yeah, you're going to need a lot more than just a hoodie. That's for sure. You're going to need snowboard boots, foot warmers, hand warmers, 5 layers of clothes. But those extra layers, that's good if you don't want to get burned by the lime. So you might want to have those on anyways.
Yeah, we heard it. We heard it from Bubba himself. He told us extra layers saved his nipples.
That's right. So go ahead and listen to that podcast we did with him a few episodes ago. And what do you say we just start moving on here and just start making some picks of who we think is going to do good?
Waiting on you, bro.
All right. Well, let's start with this. Let's start with the 250 class. Obviously, we haven't seen these guys run. We can only pull results up from last year to see how they did or just whatever hunches we're feeling about who's going to do good. I know you mentioned you think the Geico Honda team is the best this year, so I'm guessing you're going to pick one of them to win, but
maybe.
What do I know?
Maybe.
But I saw an Instagram video in which Jordan Smith looked awesome. And out of all the riders who will be racing this race this year from last year, he did the best last year. So I'm going to pick Jordan Smith to win this first East Coast race here in Minneapolis. Really
taking the red plate.
Yeah, and take the red plate. I don't think that's a big shocker. Do you think that's a big shocker, Jordan Smith?
Dude, honestly, there's a lot of good riders in this coast. And when I mentioned the Geico Honda team being the best, I don't mean they have the best riders, but they have the best, the best team, the best combination of riders.
Okay, all right.
That's what I meant by it. I think Christian Craig is a hell of a rider. We've seen him ride the 450. We've seen him ride the 250 class. You saw Chase Sexton last year, and he did great. Hunter Lawrence comes from the GPs, and he was a contender for it last year. And so I think they have a good team. Austin Faulkner, obviously a hell of a rider.
Yes.
With Martin Davalos. But Martin Davalos, I feel like it's like the same thing every year. Like, there's the same story, so I don't have a lot of faith in him. Jordan Smith, as you mentioned, also did the best last year in this race. Mitchell Falk, who's going to be racing his first Supercross, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not very sure how he's going to do. I'm sure he's going to do amazing. Yeah, Alex Martin, I think he's going to surprise a lot with the Suzuki team, as well as Kyle Peters, who's going to be obviously super careful and riding back and forth
Definitely.
on that snowy surface.
Of course.
As he turned his ACL last year.
Yep.
So
yep.
It's
Justin Cooper, Mitchell Oldenburg on that Yamaha team.
It's a pretty stacked class, bro. It's and then you have Jordan Bailey as well, who comes from a terrible motocross season, I think, from what they're expecting. But I feel like he's going to do good with the Husqvarnas as well.
Yeah, we forgot really to mention that Rockstar Husqvarna team for the 250 East Coast with Jordan Bailey and Thomas Covington. So you got to expect good things out of them too, just being on that factory ride. Yeah,
exactly. So I think the East Coast is a little bit more stacked, or it should be a little bit more competitive than the West Coast. But it's hard to say because out West Coast, it was on fire. We got people coming out of nowhere. We got people, like Colt Nichols. No one was expecting him to be as good as he was.
Yeah, and going into that last race, they were all within 3 points of each other for that lead in the Supercross season. So it was good. I think we'll see kind of the same thing. And as I mentioned, I'm going to stand with Jordan Smith winning. My second place, I'm going to pick Christian Craig to get second. Good expectations for him. And then for the third place, I'm going Austin Forkner. I think he's going to do kind of the same thing AC did, where he was off to a little rocky start, even though he might be the fastest qualifier in practice. So that's my top three: Jordan Smith, Christian Craig, Austin Forkner.
Okay, that's nice. That's really good.
Solid, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jordan Smith is going to be really good, but I'm going to change it up a little bit just for the sake of the show.
Okay.
I'm going to go with actually Forkner winning it. I think he's going to do good. I'm going to go with Smith for second, and then I'm actually going to put Alex Martin up there on third.
Oh, all right. All right, cool. So after you talk up the Geico Honda team, you don't pick any of them, so that's pretty cool. Chase Sexton, though, I think Chase Sexton could be a top three finisher.
Oh, yeah. I just don't think this weekend.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if he is. But yeah, definitely throughout the season, we're going to expect to see him up there. Yeah, so that's our picks for the 250 East Coast opener. Let's go ahead and move over to these 450s and pick the top five for these. How about you go first with fifth place?
Fifth place. All right, for my fifth place.
You nailed it last week, so a lot of pressure on you.
I know. This track right here, the way I see it, is very similar to Glendale. Obviously not in size, but just the way the track is laid out. So I'm going to try to go and do a little bit of Glendale-ish.
Glendale-ish. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So for my fifth place, I'm going to pick... Drumroll, please. Your bike sounds awful.
It's cutting out a little bit. It's got a little bit of lime in it still from last race.
I'm actually going to pick Bam Bam for fifth place.
Bam Bam. All right. I like that fifth place pick. Should I do my fifth place pick too?
Please.
All right. Someone who I've been pooling for, and I just want to get top five really bad, Cole Seeley. I think Cole Seeley gets fifth place.
Yeah, that's solid. For my fourth place, Jason Anderson. I'm just kidding. Yeah, for my fourth place, I'm actually gonna put Baggett up there.
Baggett. Wow, we are gonna have some big names not in our top five, so that sounds cool. All right, for my fourth place, I am going to pick Jason Anderson's teammate, Dean Wilson. So I got...
Osborne? What?
Nope, not Osborne, not Jason Anderson. The other one, the new fill-in rider for the rest of this season,
not
Dean
fill-in,
Wilson.
bro. Don't say he's a fill-in.
All right, okay. Well, so I got Dean Wilson in fourth.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's actually good. For my third place, I'm going to pick Muskin.
I like that. That's very cool. For my third place, I am going to pick Red Plate Roxon. Formerly Red Plate Roxon. Just Ken Roxon now, my bad. Just Ken.
Yeah,
Ken.
That's good. Who you got for second?
My second place, I am going to pick another former Red Plate runner, and that is Cooper Webb to get second place.
Wow, I can only imagine who you're going to pick for first.
Yep. Who's it going to be?
Second place, for me, it's going to be Eli Tomac.
Oh, I wonder who you're going to pick to win. Wink, wink.
Former Red Plate, Ken Roxon.
So you got Roxon, Tomac, Muskin, Baggett,
Barcia.
And Barcia for your top 5. And me, I am picking Eli Tomac to win this. I think he's on a heater now. I think he's really got things together. His injury, he's all healed up from. He's feeling himself. So I'm going Eli Tomac to win this, Cooper Webb to get second, Red Plate Roczen to get third, or Ken Roczen, my bad. I'm just so used to it. We need to get him back to the Red Plate so we can call him Red Plate Roczen again.
Okay, I'll talk to him.
There you go. And then I got Dean Wilson for 4th place. And I have Cole Seeley for the 5th place. I do not have Musquin up there. So
you don't.
It looks like maybe I think something is going to happen to Musquin. And you know what? Let's throw in one more pick. Our wild card pick for the RM Fantasy is 8th place. So let's get Claudio's 8th place pick this week.
Ooh, my 8th place is going to go to Cole Seeley.
Cole Seeley, wow. I picked him for 5th. You're going to pick him for 8th.
Yep.
All right. Another person who I think could be kind of in that spot is Plessinger, Savacci, or even like Vince Freezy, someone like that. I think one of those 3 could definitely be in that 8th place spot too. So keep those guys in mind when you're doing your fantasy picks. And I think we're in for a good weekend.
If I get Seeley on 8th, I'm going to be so stoked.
Yeah. I'll give you $20 if you do.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see what happens. And let us know who you guys are picking this week. You can hit us up on Instagram at MXSX Podcast or Facebook, Motocross Supercross Podcast. You can always download our episodes anywhere you find podcasts or mxsxpodcast.com. And is there anything else we should add to this episode?
Dude, just stay tuned because we got a lot of things for you guys for this East Coast rounds.
That's right.
We're going to be in a couple of the races. We're going to be talking to a lot of riders. We are doing a lot of filming and just content. Manja for you guys. So,
that's right. Stay tuned for our next Supercross recap. Peace.